Good. Well, can you tell us about the band Another Heather?
Whoa, that was the first like real punk band I was in. That's crazy that you know about that.
What were those early shows like?
They were awesome. Can I tell you a little funny story about that? That was the first band I ever sang in, and that was the first time I ever got asked to like front a band because I always played drums, and that was in 1997. So that was like my friends being like, "You should sing for our punk band," and I was like, "But I'm a drummer," and they're like, "Yeah, but you're funny and you can sing really well." So I was like, "Okay," and then that was it. I was never a drummer in a band again. That was like the last time. It was in 1997. I screwed up.
And you started drums when you were like 16, right?
Yeah. You've done your research. That's awesome.
Oh, well, you know.
Yes.
Tell us about the band Keep It Up and their significance to your first live performance with Cancer Bats.
Wow, you have so many good questions. This is the best. Keep It Up are really good friends of ours from Southern Ontario, and they were playing with Bane in a town called London, Ontario. It was Bane, With Honor, Keep It Up, and maybe somebody else opening. But all the Keep It Up guys and all the Alexis on Fire guys were at that show. And we were telling them about how we had started Cancer Bats. This was in 2004, like when we were just like doing demos and goofing around. And so they were like, dudes, you have to play a song. Like your whole band's here, you have to play a song during our set. And so in the middle of the Keep It Up set, we got on all our gear and we played one song. We played Shillelagh, which we still play to this day. And everybody was stoked. And we even got shout-outs from With Honor and Bane. So we were like, oh, we should probably do this band because Bane really likes it. Like Aaron was just like, if all of your songs are as good as that one song, like you're my new favorite band. And I was like, yes.
So what was the first legit Cancer Bats show then?
The first legit show was at Adrift Clubhouse, which was like a little skate shop, skate park, and they used to have bands play like just right beside the mini ramp. And it was super small, like it's a super tiny spot in Toronto.
Well, on the topic of crazy shows, I did an interview recently with Andy from Every Time I Die.
Oh, awesome.
And he was telling this story about a show they did several years ago with the Acacia Strain in Shadows Fall, and there was this KKK dude at the show. And with the KKK dude was this crazy stripper chick that ended up getting naked in the Shadows Fall bus. Tell us the story about the naked vampire chick on the slut demo.
We've actually, that's very topical because we brought the naked slut chick back in the form of a pin so we can hook you up. I'll give you one for your jean jacket after this interview. But yeah, I was just like image Googling vampires and I came across this picture of a woman in a coffin completely naked and she's like spread eagle in this coffin. And I was like, that is the best image I've ever seen in my life. I'm going to use that for all the Cancer Bats demos. Basically, we turned it into our like photocopy demo, and then we used it as pins. I always wanted to do it as a shirt, but we never ended up doing it. But it's still around. It's lasted. Stood the test of time.
And I know you've toured with Every Time I Die a couple times.
We first toured with them in 2005, and then 2006, 2008, 2009, 2010. We've toured a lot with those dudes, and we love those guys.
And what happened when your drummer Mike pulled out his back?
Oh, that's an awesome story too. Mikey he like pulled a muscle in his back or something, so he was like laid out, and we were playing in Niagara Falls, New York. And Ratboy, the former drummer of Every Time I Die, was doing the show. He was the promoter. And so he was like, well, we can't cancel the show. Like, I don't want to bum everyone out. So he's like, why don't I just play drums? And we were like, yeah, that'd be amazing. So because he had toured with us so much, he knew like our first two records really well. So we were just like, you call it out. Whatever songs you can play, you play them. And then we'll just make that our set. So he played all the songs he knew, or all the songs he could play, and then I jumped on the drums and did Pray for Darkness and Sleep This Away, and Jay sang, and the show was amazing. And then right when we were done, we loaded Mikey up into the van and drove straight to the hospital back in Canada.
Wow.
It was awesome.
So how does that compare to playing on, or how does that story compare to playing on a boat in Portugal?
Boat shows in general are always awesome. I've never played a boat. Usually I've only done them in Europe, like in France. There's a couple of boat venues, and that one in Portugal. And they're always awesome because they're small. The like people can't really go too many places. Like, it's always packed and crazy. But that Portugal one was like 2008. We had never been to Portugal before, and it's like we show up to this boat, first time playing a boat, and it's just like packed with kids, and they're all like singing along. This was for a Hail Destroyer, like it had just come out, and so they were like singing along all the words to Hail Destroyer, like going crazy. And I was like, this is the best show of our tour. So it was awesome.
A little off subject, I know you like coffee.
I love coffee.
You know who else likes coffee is Walter Schreifels from Quicksand.
Dude, I also really like Walter Schreifels.
Well, tell us a story about the T-shirt, the Put Your Lighters Up shirt.
Oh, yeah, the first time we met Walter Schreifels was on tour with Alexis on Fire in 2005.
In New York.
In New York. And Little Kim was just getting out of prison around that time. And we were super into that new song that she just put out, that Put Your Lighters Up. So we did like an homage to Lil' Kim, and we did like a graffiti shirt. So we did it so it looked like a roller tag, but we took out all the vowels because we were trying to be like hood like that. And so it just said CNCR BTS, but nobody liked the shirt. Nobody had any idea what it was until we get to New York City and we're like, yo, hanging out with Walter Schreifels. And we're like, you can have any shirt you want, like just grab some gear. And he was like, I want this one. This is like the future. He's like, you guys don't even need vowels. You guys are just the cancer bats. You don't even care. And we were like, yeah. And we're like, and it's for Lil' Kim. And he's like, I love Lil' Kim. And we're like, Walter Schreifels is literally the best dude in the entire world.
Speaking of t-shirts, what was the inspiration for the upside down cross shirt with the used condoms?
We kind of still have that shirt too, actually. We reused that for a long sleeve. But I just like the idea of like using tons of weird stuff to like make a bigger symbol. So I was like, we used bike chains and used condoms and bottle caps and, you know, safety pins and all this stuff, and it looks like it's like pushed into the shape of like an upside down cross. It's probably one of my favorite shirts that we've ever made because it's just so gnarly.
Moving forward, I did an interview in 2008 with Dez from Devil Driver, and he said he likes to skate. You got to skate with Dez.
Yeah, we skated in Montpellier, France last summer.
Tell us about that.
We were just all hanging out. We showed up to the show super early. We were just kicking it. Cool. That's rad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just hanging out in the afternoon, and we started skating around. I was with Frankenstein and a bunch of their other like crew dudes, and we were just having a little session, and then somebody runs inside of the bus and is like, yo, Dez, you gotta come and skate, we're having a good time. And he just like comes out in his flip-flops and just like crushes it. He just was skating so hard on a longboard in flip-flops, like just like putting us all to shame. It was the best. I was so stoked. But Dez is rad. He's like definitely like gets me inspired about being like an older dude in metal. Like if I'm still skating at that age and like ripping as hard and like, you know, kind of being a youthful guy, like I'm gonna feel very accomplished.
It's a little off topic, but who is Doug from Doug's Metal Zone, and who's cooler, Doug or Liam Joseph Cormier?
Doug's actually me.
Oh, wow.
Doug was this idea that I had where I was gonna interview myself. So we did a split screen, and I came up with like a fake show called Doug's Metal Zone, where Doug is kind of like a total dick, and he doesn't really like cancer bats, or doesn't really understand them.
And he does rails of cocaine, apparently.
Yeah, he loves doing coke, he loves drinking Jaeger, loves smoking weed, which I'm straight edge, so I thought it would be funnier to like really push the character of Doug to be as opposite of myself as possible. But yeah, it turned out really funny. I was stoked. The people at Exclaim in Canada were the ones who put that together, and it makes me laugh.
I know you guys have done a lot of covers, you know, the Beastie Boys covers.
Yeah.
Would you ever do a cover of Less Than Jake's Johnny Quest?
I do love that song. I do think it would
with
be
Another
awesome.
Heather.
Yeah, we did a cover of that in Another Heather. I actually can play it on drums too, because at one point in Another Heather, I would like play drums for that song, and our guitar player would sing. But yeah, no, I would love to. I think, you know, doing different kind of covers is definitely like the funnest side. Like if you just cover a metal band, it's gonna sound pretty close to the original. So to take like different songs and do stuff like that. But I feel like we've almost done too many covers now. I don't want to be like just known as the cover band. Like now that we do like a full Bat Sabbath set, we're getting pretty cover bandish.